Good evening, welcome along to another edition of the Sunday Bunch Live. We are here at the Wheat Chief, and once again we want to say a massive thank you to Gary and all the gang who's allowed us to set up our studio upstairs in the Wheat Chief where we are. Joining us today we have Dino. Dino, how's your day been?
Same as normal, just a very slow, calm day.
Very slow. You sound like the stadium announcer yesterday. Did you notice that? Anybody who was like,
was it not Rory Fowler?
No, I don't know. It was very slow. Also with us, we have the mad mistake. Terry, how's your day been?
Bit sick, really, a bit depressing, to be honest. I have to be honest. I'm a bit down.
Oh, Terry, don't be down.
Not the way I feel. I just feel down.
Oh, you should have come round to us for dinner.
No, don't get me wrong. I've had good company. Can't complain. Day's okay, but I mean, I can't help the way I feel.
You could have come round to ours. Karen was in. You could have had bad company. And also joining us, we have Reese, a new member of the team down here. Reese, how's your day been?
It's been good, but I've walked 2 hours to get here, so a bit sweaty.
Oh, God.
I could smell something.
Don't forget, of course, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat if you wish to do so. Already on there, Las Palmas, Mackham is there, Mick Griffiths, Robert Forster. We've got to say a massive thank you to Marianne and Carl Taylor, our friends in Boston, Massachusetts, who's donated $5. Can we have a round of applause for them, please? Thank you very much. Evans, man of the match. He played great, apparently, they say. Don't forget, of course, you can, if you want to donate towards the running costs of the channel, you can do so via the live chat. There's a little $sign at the bottom of there. You select how much you'd like to donate, and it's all gratefully appreciated. That, or you can join as a member. Yesterday, then, well, so close, but so far. Sunderland 2, QPR 2. Start with you, Dino. Overall thoughts on the game?
It's one of them matches where you think we should have came away with 3 points there. It was unbelievable. I thought we played well mainly all game, but I think it comes down to the manager's substitutions. I just don't agree with some of the stuff he's doing. Unfortunately, Ballard got injured, and instead of bringing on an actual centre back, he brought on Luke O'Nien. But I thought Luke O'Nien played really, really well. Because obviously your first thought would be either Bailey Wright or that I can't remember what's his name. Elise, but he brought on O'Nien. Still baffles as well, but he still played well. Going two goals up, great. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you? 2-0 up. We're cruising. We're playing well, creating chances, passing the ball, looking like a good championship team. And then he makes substitutions, which still baffles you. You know, he's taking off Sims and bringing on whoever he brought on. I can't remember who he even brought on. Was it Embleton? Roberts? Was it Roberts? I mean, you just took away one of our big goal threats, and then from there the pressure started piling on, and they scored the great free kick, and then to add insult to injury, the keeper scoring from a corner. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but if we done it, we'd be buzzing, we'd be laughing. But it just went against it, and it's so unfortunate because it was 93 minutes. Well, we only had 10 more minutes to hold on, from 87 minutes to the final whistle, and we still managed to crumble. So I'm so disappointed, very disappointed.
I thought you'd have been all right with it, though, because you're normally like...
not from 2-0 up. Not from 2-0 up, no.
But you're the doom and gloom merchant,
yeah,
and you normally
when you're 2-0 up with 87 minutes on the clock, and you somehow still draw the game, there's nothing much you can say. You should be winning from 2-0 from that position.
Okay, fair enough. Reese, how did you see the game? Your overall thoughts?
The first half was really good. We were really well until probably about Patrick Roberts come on, and then we just seemed to sit back, really. I don't know really why he brought Sims off. He brought like an outlet, so to keep tackling that. I think we should have brought Diamond on, personally.
Right, controversial, but fair enough. Entitled to your opinion. Terry, 2-2. I mean, we almost had it there. Your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, it feels like a defeat, doesn't it, really? It feels like a defeat. I mean, you got 3 points almost in the bag against Coventry, and we dropped the points because we couldn't see out the game for the reason that we're not strong enough with the squad. And the same against yesterday. But yesterday, it was 2-0, and 10 minutes to go, I was thinking, right, we got 2 goals. We can hang on to this and get 3 points today. I mean, We were the better team by far in the first half. I thought we were the best team easily. I thought QPR offered absolutely nothing. They had one sniff in the first half. Just went around Patterson's post. Nothing at all happened on my end in the North Stand. I didn't see QPR sort of offer anything. I'm good that Ballard's got injured, mind. I mean, that's just typical Sunderland. We got no strength in depth whatsoever, and we lose one of the only two players we've actually brought in since the League One to the Championship. We've only brought two quality players in. We brought in Ballard, we brought in Sims, and we've lost one already long term. So he goes off, Luke O'Nien comes on. It's baffling, but I thought Luke O'Nien did really well. I thought he played well. Again, when Sims went off, I know he changed the shape because I think QPR changed their shape slightly at half time. They made a few adjustments. So I think he's made the Sims adjustment to sort of make up for QPR. But I was still baffled. I thought with two up front, we looked as if we could score the third goal. And then when you get to 3 minutes to go, you're thinking, that's it. And then we lost the ball inside. I think it was just outside their penalty box. And they've gone all the way straight through ours. And Gooch just went straight over and just took them out. At the time, I was kind of like, thinking he's took one for the team, hasn't he? He's taken one for the team. But he got throttled by Chair, got him by the throat. I mean, it's just typical being a Sunderland fan. That should have been a red card itself. That should have been a red card. If that had been a Sunderland player, he'd have been sent off straight away. No doubt about it. Because, I don't know, I mean, how did the referee miss that? How does the linesman miss that? How does the fourth official miss somebody getting hold of somebody by the throat? It's just... These need to do their fucking job, man. It's an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment. Referees, it's jokes sometimes, and then typical. They go. The player should have been sent off. Goes and scores from the free kick, and then obviously their keeper goes up and I say, "Look at the keeper's gone up with 2 minutes to go, and he just scored." And like I'm absolutely deflated. I mean, take nothing away from QPR. They did the best. They got back into the game. You know, end of the day, well done, Queen's Park Rangers. I thought the fans were good. I thought the team themselves pulled themselves out of a hole. And we've only got ourselves to blame at the end of the day. Say we made the substitutions, and the management, the ownership haven't brought in players to strengthen the squad. I said it for weeks. We've only got 11 players. Once one of those players is gone, we're going to start to struggle. And now we've only got 10 players, and that's it.
Okay, then. Well, that's cheered up my Sunday, I've got to say. Just very quickly, Robert Foster on the chat says Sims was sub because of minutes. Apparently, so yeah, he might not have a full 90 in him, like properly, you know, just yet. So could be the reason why. Jono's saying Alex Neil tactics poor. Emma, friend of the show, of course, normally on the Sunday Bunch as well, says, "Oh, it's not my house getting robbed." Emma says, why bring on 09 when Wright was sat on the bench? That's what she wants to know, right? Well, you know, I know.
Philly, do you know what it is? I'm not going to sit here and blame Alex Neil because, I mean, he's done a great job at Sunderland. We've 19 games in the league unbeaten. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Just that I blame KLD, I blame Speakman for not bringing strength and depth. We've had all this time to bring quality players in. We're not League One now. We're actually in the Championship. All the other teams, QPR, Coventry, Bristol City, have had players to come on and replace like for like. We haven't been able to replace like for like. And we've suffered towards the last 15 minutes of the game because our players are getting tired. They can change their players. We can't change ours. That's it. Simple as. They need to sort of get the finger out and support Alex Neil.
Getting tired. You mentioned getting tired.
Oh, well, I mean, for me, you know, he took Sims off. Roberts came on. I thought Roberts did all right. I didn't think, you know, I mean, it just feels, you know, like a defeat. But, you know, we weren't as bad. I know it's all doom and gloom here, but, you know, we've gone up a league. We're in the Championship, and I think the future's bright. The future's orange. If you want to come and have a chat with us on the phone, by the way, if you don't want to do it via the live chat, we got our number there. You can either WhatsApp us. Your name and number is 07831 775710. The number is across the bottom of the screen there. You can see it. Just send us either a text or a WhatsApp. Like I say, tell us your name and your number, and we'll give you a call. We'll get you on. You can come and have your say. If there's anything you want to, if you a question you want to put to the panel, then please do so. Right, my question is to you then. First half, I think we'll all agree we were pretty good. In fact, probably the best I've seen them play for a long time. I thought they were great first half. So second half, what's going wrong second half? Why are we not coming out in the second half and doing exactly what we've done in the first half? Reece?
Second half, Sunderland in it. And some could blame the heat as well. It was really hot yesterday, but should be able to last the full game, I reckon.
Well, it's as though, for me, it's like we sit back and when we just invite pressure on. And Terry?
Okay, there's two ways you can look at it, right? I mean, QPR were awful the first half, right? They were terrible. So their managers and giving the rocket up the arse, they're going to come out and try and do their best to get forward. So they're going to up the game. Simple as they're going to up the game, but we've got to counteract that by doing exactly the same thing. But Alex Neil said in his post-match interview, he said the players, without kind of sort of realising, they didn't want to take any chances, any risks. But he wants them to. He wants them to go for it and try and sort of, we lose the ball too easy because they've upped their game. And then eventually we get tired. And when we get tired, we cannot make the changes that other teams can make because we haven't got the strength and depth. And I was upset when Sims went off. I was. But if the fact was that he's knackered, which, I mean, 21-year-olds shouldn't really be knackered. I mean, I don't care, match fitness and all this bollocks. I mean, he's 21-year-old. I mean, come on, he's not even had a full season. He's only had 2 games. So for me, I think he should be able to manage 45 minutes.
It's not necessarily knackered, though, is it?
If the reason he's took him off because he wants to save him for the Sheffield United game, that's the wrong reason because we've dropped 2 points yesterday. There's no guarantee we beat Sheffield United. So for me, that was the reason he should have stayed on the pitch. If he's come off because he's shattered, which I cannot see why he played.
No, but is it not because he's not fully fit yet?
I think he's come off because Alex Neil said he's changed tactics to match QPR. And then he said after that, we sort of counteracted them. We were okay until the last 10 minutes. Now, I can't really see the side of the pitch from where I'm sitting. So I can't really sort of comment that much on it. But I didn't think QPR sort of offered that much really in the second half until the last 10 minutes. But by then, a lot of our players have sort of, in that heat, are tired. We just don't have the strength and depth. And I'll go on to it. I'll go on about it until the cows come home. We just do not have the strength and depth. And it's a failing at the club. It's run like a Mickey Mouse club. It's run like an amateur club at this moment in time. Everywhere. It's pathetic. I mean, that's the way it's been run since Stuart Donald and Metman was there. Now KLD's took over. KLD's got a lot to do to change this. Now, I don't know whether KLD wants to change it or he doesn't. He's completely oblivious, but it needs to happen because we're in the championship. We're one of the top 44 teams in the country. We shouldn't be run like an amateur non-league side.
Right. We'll come on to the running of the club in a bit. Somebody on here, I can't find it. Ian Curry saying, what was it? Come on, Philly, talk real. I'm giving my opinion on this. And I think, like Alex Neil said, I think we deserve to win the game, or we're just, it was a cracking free kick, that goal. And, the goalie goes up and, scores in the 92nd minute. It's just, it's shit, it feels like a defeat. But overall, I don't think, I thought first half I thought we were great first half.
If this had been a Premier League match, that player chair had been sent off, simple as. You win the game of football. It's about fine margins, football isn't fine margins. You're saying if Gooch didn't go across and take him out, would they have finished and scored that goal? Possibly, possibly not. But the fact is, you raise your hands and you get hold of someone by the throat, it's a red card. It doesn't matter what league you're in, it's a red card.
Did you see that when that happened?
Well, I'm on the other side of the pitch, I can't see it.
And I said, because I've only seen it from when there's been pictures put on social media and stuff like that. So, and I had no idea of anything like that.
I had no idea either.
Now, the thing is, I've seen it. I've seen the pictures, right? So, now, it's a bit hypocritical because I'm saying, well, I never saw it. But I was outside setting up to do the fan cams anyway, so I couldn't have seen it from outside. But I didn't have anybody. When we interviewed people after the game, nobody came up and said, you had Gooch around the throat and all this. So, people have not seen it. The ref, if the referee had seen that was a sending off offence, was it not?
Yes. What pisses me off as well, I don't know what happened, but if one of my teammates, and this goes to Corey Evans, whoever it is, gets held by the throat, I'd be straight in there, getting hold of that player and pushing them away. Now, I never saw any shenanigans going on. Someone let me know in the comments below. But some Sunderland fans should have reacted to him being throttled by the throat and went over there and just dragged them away from Gooch. Now, if that never happened, then for me, the players, they should have done that. That's sort of not on me. That's not on at all.
Right, okay.
You defend your teammates 100%.
Right. Dino, what happened in the second half then? Why are we so different to the first half when we're like world beaters and we're coming at second half and it happens time and time again with Sunderland?
Well, I mean, the substitutions don't help because he says we've done it to counteract QPR. We didn't really, did we? Because if to counteract QPR, they're going to have to push further forward. So you have an extra striker up front with Sims. To take him off after 60, I think it was 16 minutes, saying, oh, he's tired. He didn't look tired. He looked really disappointed he was coming off because he's probably thinking, why am I coming off for? I'm playing well. I've scored a goal. There's a good chance I'm going to get another one. It is a bit baffling why you would take a striker off when them need to go for the goal. You leave them up there with Stewart. They're working well together. They're both tall lads. They both got skill. And they could get a goal, get a 3-0 and kill the game off. But he makes the change. Roberts is an offensive player. He's not a defender. So all you do is put in an extra man like in midfield, really. And the game was just wide open. At a certain point in the second half, it just felt like end to end. It felt like a basketball game. We were going, and then they would take the ball off us, and then we'd come at us, and then we would take it just felt like it was a bit of a basketball game. And don't get us wrong, we were a bit unlucky. Embleton hit the bar. This was when it was 2-2. I mean, it was either a good save or a really good block. But
it was the save from Stewart, wasn't it? And then it came out and. Could have put Embry at the bar and it just...
I actually think it went over the line.
It didn't.
No, it was mad.
I actually think, I paused it. It looks to me that it was just over the line, but the way the ball's spinning, it comes up and just goes out.
The replay shows it bounce on the pitch side of the line, not the goal side of the line. It was nowhere near going in. But the thing is, though, it's either a really good save or a really good block, but we should be putting it in, though. You know what I mean? Embleton, I like the flow, but he just doesn't seem to have good quality in the championship about him. I mean, every free kick and corner I've ever seen him whip in, he never beats the first man. Roberts was really frustrating me yesterday when he came on. He was trying to take the whole team on, just getting tackled. He was getting stuck in, don't get us wrong. There was one stage I seen him run from his side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch to get the ball back. Great, but then he gets the ball and tries to take on 5-6 players.
Tries to cut inside as well.
He always tries to cut inside. I like Roberts. I think there is something about him, but he needs to realise that he's got teammates there to pass the ball to.
He needs to be told that that's the case, and it's him to tell the bugger.
But him and Clark are both the same. They both, they want to take on the world.
But I don't feel like Clark does it as much as Roberts. Clark's very clever with what he does. Roberts tries to take on everybody, and he tries to take on everybody and loses the ball. See, I've got less of an issue with them doing that with these two because they seem to have a bit more skill than when Gooch was always a one for doing it, wasn't he? But these seem to have a bit more of an end product, and I'd rather them do that and it not come off 4 times and on the 5th time they get a goal. For me, like I say, I've less of an issue with it. Just very quickly, 24 likes. We'd like to try and hit 100 if we can on a Sunday. So we just that thumbs up. That would help us. It'll take you a second to do that. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and it does help us out immensely. Sims substitution, then, is that the moment that changed the game? Terry?
I don't know. I mean,
Terry, you were very deflated, aren't you?
I wouldn't have taken Sims off personally, but at the end of the day, I mean, how many decisions has Alex Neil made over the last 19 games that's proved to be correct? So, it's it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, you got 10 minutes to go. The team collectively should be able to hold on to a 2-0 lead. They should be able to hold on with a 2-0 lead with 10 minutes to go without Sims. So the team itself as a collective we did lose the ball a lot more. The players obviously didn't sorry, I'm taking responsibility of the 2-0 lead, to be honest. And they should be able to hold on and keep a 2-0 lead, and things go against you, doesn't it? It's one of those afternoons, isn't it? I mean, you think things can't get any worse in games of football. I think you've seen everything in the game of football. Now I think I've seen everything. Goalkeeper scoring and them getting a free kick, not being sent off, like strangling the player. I just think I've seen everything now.
Oh, Terry, I don't like you like this. You're very down and like...
I'm just disillusioned with the game, you know. It just pisses me off.
Right, okay, just very quickly, Emma on the chat says Clark had a shocker. Yeah, we were surprised that Clark didn't come off when... I thought when he was bringing Roberts on, was it one time? I don't know. I thought I didn't understand why, because Clark wasn't at his best yesterday. Tony Lee on the chat says Roberts losing in the final third, which leads to the free kick goal. What about the Sims substitution? Dino, is that where the game changed?
No, that is not where the game changed, but it doesn't help because you've taken off a striker who's going to press and you've put a midfielder on who, and let's be fair, and Roberts, he's small, he's not really a defensive kind of midfielder. When crosses are coming in the box, you can't really rely on Roberts. But if you had Sims on, when corners and free kicks are coming in, you've got the height of Sims. He's an aerial threat regardless if he's attacking or defending. Roberts isn't. I think we use Roberts in a totally wrong way. I really do. I don't think that game needed Roberts to come on. I really don't. And then he brought Bailey right on, tried to shut it up at the back, and it still hasn't worked. I think just Alex Neil just got his decisions totally wrong and some of the substitutions he's made. Again, we win that game. I think for 70 to 75 minutes, we were really, really good. QPR didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden we'll give away a sloppy free kick in the score from it, and then what do you call it? They just pile the pressure on, and the keeper rises like. And the thing I've got a problem with the keeper score, like keepers do score, it happens, I get it, but the keeper made 2 challenges up until he scored. He challenged Stewart and almost won it. It came in again. He challenged Patterson, almost won it, and then he gets a free header. Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. The keeper made 3 different challenges in the box, and he got it on the 3rd one.
Right. Well, I'll come back to that with you when I just ask Reese. Sim substitution is that what changed the game for us?
Like Dino said, it didn't help, but I think it's the first ever time Alex Neil has got his decision wrong. Like I say, I would have brought Diamond on to stretch the game because he's fast, and keep Sims and Stewart on, but bring Diamond on as well, not for instead of Roberts. That would be me. Right,
even though, I mean, everybody slated this team what played midweek, and although Diamond, well, we said Diamond was probably the one who could come out of it with a little bit of credibility. It was like none of that team sort of deserved to be in it. So you think Diamond would have been a?
He's got his, obviously he's not that good, but like he's got his positives and he's also got his negatives. But I think he would have been perfect for yesterday. I don't know, I just do.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, anything you'd like to ask the panel here, and you want to give us a call? Well, it's the number 07831 775710. I'm saying give us a call. Just send us a text or a WhatsApp with your name and your number. We'll call you straight back and we'll get you on, and you can do that. Sorry.
Right, okay. Well, the Sim substitution, right? What absolute bollocks, right? To say he wasn't fit, right? Bristol City, Sunderland versus Bristol City. Ellis Sims, 92-minute substitute. He played for 92 minutes against Bristol City. That's a full week off, and he can't play for full 90 minutes the week after. That's bollocks. That can't be the reason why he was taken off. He's not fit enough. He's match fit. He's match fit. We beat Bristol City 3-2. He played for 92 minutes, so he's match fit. That isn't the reason why he was taken off.
Well, we don't know what the reason is. We're all just speculating. That's what we're saying. Because otherwise there's no logical reason.
It was the shape. I'm sure that's what Alex Neil said in his post-match interview. It was to do with counteracting the shape of QPR, and it worked for 15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
Then he said, our players were shattered. And we just lost it the last 5 minutes.
Right, okay. Talking shapes then, we'll move on to Dino. What's the matter?
No, I'm just laughing, mate.
You're in shape. All right, then. So you go about the goalie, right? The goalie going up for a corner is, it's a rarity. It doesn't happen a lot. But when they do, is it then just about impossible to defend? Because, when you're defending, you all have your roles and you're picking your players up. And all of a sudden, you've got a goalie here, right? And there's nobody there to mark him. So, you're saying he got a free header. So, but how difficult is it to, in that situation?
Not really. I mean, it's 11v11. I didn't realise the keeper added you an extra man.
All right, so our keeper's got to mark their keeper then. He comes out of his goal off his left.
No, you get someone who's on the post to mark them. It's not hard. You've got someone taking a corner, so they're down to 10. We've got a keeper in goal, so we're down to 10. Then you've got 2 players on each post. You just take one of them off, mark him, because Stuart was marking him. Why is Stuart marking the keeper for?
All right, but the goal didn't come direct from the corner, did it? Because
it came out and coming in.
So when it comes out, there's nobody there to mark the goalie. So should we be that harsh on ourselves? The fact that he's got up, I was cracking header. It's a sickener. Nobody, was more sick than myself. I thought we were there. I was singing top of the league and all this, getting carried away like I normally do. And but tell me, how difficult is it to defend when a goalkeeper goes up?
Like Alex Neil said in his post-match interview, he can't split players into two. End of the day, in that situation, you give credit where credit's due. In that moment, their keeper did well, their team did well, the forces on the back foot, they got the equaliser, but we should never have been in that situation in the first place. You see keepers going up there time and time again for other games and they don't score. It comes off at some point. It's come off in the past. Jimmy Glass came off yesterday for the lad who scored, Seng De Jong, what we call him. So at the end of the day, I'll say it the way it is now. I know it's well done. Good goal from the keeper. He did well. At the end of the day, QPR did well last 5 to 7 minutes, but we should never have given him that opportunity in the first place.
But let's be fair, it's embarrassing when a keeper. It is embarrassing. It's like one of them things where
I've watched it again a couple of times.
It's a good header.
It's a good header. It's a good finish. Nobody's marking on mine, like we said. But he's allowed to wander around. Who's going to pick him up? We have to leave somebody else, aren't we?
No, but don't forget. The ball came in 3 times. So when that corner's gone, at least 1 or 2 players need to start running back the halfway line just in case we break on them.
It's down to quality. We've lost Ballard, one of probably our best defender. We thought our best centre back we've got this moment in time. We've lost them now, and we have nothing else to come in. I mean, Bailey Wright for me may not even be up to the challenge for the championship. We don't even know. Alessi probably not even up to the challenge of the championship just yet. So we need to buy players who have got experience in the championship. If we don't bring players in and we lose 1 or 2 players now, along with Ballard, we'll be in free fall.
Right. Okay, Terry. Just quickly to you then, Reece. How difficult is it to defend when a goalkeeper goes up into the box?
Very difficult because it's something that obviously isn't usually a case. But I watched the video back a few times of the goal, and he's, like Terry said, he's not getting marked at all. So could at least stick someone on him, like Dino said, take someone off post, and can it be that hard to stop him after he's had a few chances of scoring?
Well, I'll tell you another thing. What's annoying us week in, week out when we're watching this. I don't know if any of you have picked up on it as well, but why does Sunderland not leave a man on the halfway line whenever they get a corner, something like that? Somebody, even if it's someone like Pritchard, a little fella who's not as going to be as much use in the box, right? We never ever leave somebody up on the halfway line so that when the ball comes out, there's a break, and it means they've got to leave defenders back. I don't understand it.
That's down to the manager. The manager says, get on the halfway line. Don't need you in the box. Halfway line.
Okay, I personally think at that stage of the game, if the keeper's going up, they wouldn't put anybody in the halfway line.
I'm not on about then. I'm on about this happens all the time with Sunderland, all through the game, right? If they've got a corner and they're up there, whatever, right? We never ever leave a man back, right? It's everybody in the box. And there was an incident yesterday where it come over, and I think I don't know, it was somebody headed it out, and they headed it out, and it just came straight back because there was nobody there. If somebody had been up there, it's just it's a little annoyance where we sit about that. We're on about it all the
I
time.
have to admit, I've never even realised,
No, I never realised really.
Yeah, well, it's just, were we not just unlucky yesterday then, are we? I mean, everybody's sick and all that, but were we not just unlucky? No.
You make your own luck.
You
At
make
the end of
your
the
own
day,
luck, really, like.
players make decisions that impact games. And, you know, Gooch decided to run across from his right side all the way over to the left side, all the way from the left to the right-hand side to take him out. It was his decision. I mean, if he didn't take him out, he might not have went and scored. It's one of those things. Players are getting tired. You make your own luck. You know, if we're getting quality players in before the season started, we'd have a stronger bench. So again, you make your own luck. It's the decisions you make. I mean, the club of this side with this stature, you know, in the championship, we should have a stronger bench than we have. We haven't got a third striker to bring on, for God's sake. You know, Ellis Shims comes golf. QPR had a third striker. We didn't.
Right, DJ says Watson on the chat says we should have gone for the third goal before we took Sims off, which I mean I thought were anyway. Mick Griffiths says said it for years. It's not just Sunderland. I think this is about the keeping a player up on halfway. Reece, were we not just unlucky?
No, like Terry, we make one look really. We had plenty of chances to make it 3 as well. We should have done that.
The only time it's not in your hands is when the referee makes an absolute bollocks, you know.
Which you've done it quite a lot, I think.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and judge referee on the whole game, but when someone physically somebody, how?
It's okay. So Cherries has grabbed. Was it Gucci got hold of around the neck? The ref's not seeing it. Had he seen it, he could have sent him off. Cherry, who scored the goal and had an assist, as that would then not have been on the pitch. So were we not unlucky then?
No, it was just bad decision by the referee.
Well, it was unlucky that he didn't see it, did he?
You can't tell me 2 linesmen in the 4th division and the referee can't not watching what's going on. What to do is sitting here picking his nose on his phone like this.
Yeah, because we're
I'm going to put a bet on QPR scoring now.
unlucky.
Oh, look, Gooch is getting strangled. We'll not send him off because I want QPR to get an equaliser.
Well, there you go. Well, we're not.
So basically, it's either cheating or stupidity.
Well, he'll not be cheating, will he? It's just that we've been unlucky because he's not. Because had we been lucky, then the ref would have seen it. It'd send him off. Were we unlucky, Dino?
A couple of parts in the game when we hit the bar, Hamilton. I mean, yeah, either the keeper saves it and it gets a touch, or the defender gets a little nick. If that's just a millimetre more under the bar, probably bounces behind the line.
Is that not just skill though?
No.
Hamilton takes his shot.
No, because if it can hit off any part of your body. You've got no idea where that ball's going to go. For all you know, it hits the bar, hits their player and goes in.
Shoot.
Eh?
Hamilton not shoot.
Yeah, Hamilton shot, hits their player. It might take a little nick off him, go in, take a massive nick off him, hit the ball and clear.
He's got a big open goal, though, hasn't he?
Well, not really. He's on an angle.
But still, at the end of the day, it's look. I mean, if
it hits a defender, you're either lucky it goes in or you're unlucky and it doesn't.
He put in the top corner though, couldn't he?
Well, he tried to.
Exactly.
That's
So
all I'm
he's
guessing.
obviously not skillful enough to do that.
You don't like the word luck, do you? You don't.
No, because I don't want people to say, "Oh, we didn't win the league because we were unlucky." You got 46, we got 40 odd games to win the league. We don't. If you go down, you're unlucky. Nah, at the end of the day, you make your unlucky. If you don't bring players in, that's unlucky. It's not unlucky at all. You didn't spend the cash.
No, there's certain things some things can be lucky. Some things are decisions made by referees. Some things you just got no control. As soon as that ball leaves your foot, and it might take 5 different deflections. That's not skill. That's luck.
Hits the ball in the first place. If he hits it in the right place, goes in the goal.
He did. He hit it in the right place. Hit the defender.
But then the defender defended the ball well. Not lucky, defended it well.
Nah, because it hits the ball and then it doesn't go
the
over the line.
saves the ball well.
It's unlucky. I don't get why you can't. It's skill.
Because it
it's
annoys
not
the life
skill.
out of you, Dino.
Right? It's lucky and unlucky. So, for example, ball goes a millimetre over the line. Referee doesn't give it because there's no goal line technology in the league. Is that not unlucky? Because how's the referee meant to see that? Sometimes referee gives decisions what go our way.
Goal line technology.
Really, Bradford, remember the Bradford game 2-3 years ago, Boxing Day? The ball went over the line. It didn't count as a goal. We were lucky.
It's just bad refereeing.
It's not because sometimes referees can't see it.
Man, we were lucky.
Just bad refereeing. It's just bad officials.
Just bring forward and that around the net wouldn't have happened.
Oh yeah, like when when Danny Welbeck got pushed over in the Man United game, and they should have had a penalty, and it never went to VAR. Emma, who's part of the team, sometimes comes on the Sunday Bunch with us. So she's got a question to ask us. So hopefully, wind in the right direction. We're going to give Emma a ring, and we'll see what Emma has got to say. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Emma. Can you hear us all right?
I can. How you doing?
Not so bad. Emma, you've got someone you want to ask us.
Yes. The fact that obviously with what Neil did yesterday with the subs, and obviously with them changing the team altogether on Wednesday, do you think he's doing it to prove a point to Speakman that he needs more players in before the deadline?
Right, fair enough. So he's you're basically saying like taking Sims off to say, look, I'm going to take this striker off and have no one else to put on to send a message out. What do you think, Terry?
Nah, I don't think a manager would do that to throw away 2 points on the day of a game of football. I think he was thinking he was doing the right thing. Maybe it's Wednesday, yes, pulling the full, resting the whole 11. That's probably for me stating a point to the likes of Speakman and KLD. But I think yesterday, I thought he was just doing what he thought was right in his own mind. And the day, you have to sort of stand by Alex Neil. What he does, he's made plenty of good decisions. If things go wrong one day, hopefully people will learn from it.
Fair enough. So marks out of 10 for Emma's question.
Oh, good question, because I think Wednesday was proving a point. I think he has to prove a point, because he's got to stand up sometime and say, look, I'm trying to do a job here at Sunderland, but I'm not getting any help off Speakman or KLD. Right,
okay, fair enough. Emma, your thoughts on it? Do you think he did that to prove a point?
It's proven massive point to see, right, look, this is where I need the strength. I need the strength in the depth, I need the strength up front and the midfield. What you think he's done it, but that's my opinion.
Right, okay then.
And it's all about opinions, Phil.
It is all about opinions. Emma, thanks for giving us a call. All right, keep watching. And your husband's just put a comment in the chat as well, so you might want to go and beat him up. All right.
Oh, you know, it's the top. I'll catch you later.
Okay, see you. Bye. Bye. There you go. If you do want to call, if you want to ask a question, then send us your name and your number either via WhatsApp or text if you want. Our number is 07831 775 710. The number is just across the bottom there. If you'd like to do that, come and have a chat with us and put your question forward. The referee overall then, was he? Did he have a total shocker? Do you know?
No, I didn't think so. I thought he let a lot. If I'm thinking of the right guy, I feel like he let a lot of things go. Obviously, referees are still not going to be perfect. It's the championship. They don't have help from VAR and all these lots. So for me, the referee didn't cost for the game. Well, in Terry's mind, he did because of the whole grabbing the neck thing. But sometimes them go with you, sometimes they go against you. It's just one of them things. That's football. But if anything, we just crumbled. That's what happened. We crumbled. We couldn't hold on. You cannot play really well for 87 minutes and then let in 2 goals. You've done all the hard work. Just keep it together, and we just didn't. And they capitalised on it. It's disappointing. Right. We're still undefeated technically. I mean, if you offered me, was it 5 points from 3 games or something?
Well, exactly.
I would have took that. But it is disappointing because we're 2-0 up. It should have been a win. And just hope we learn from it. We need to stop bringing Sims off. Sims is one of our main goal scoring threats, and we're taking him off. And it might make a difference to the game, but let's keep him on the pitch for 90 minutes. Because at the end of the day, if you remember what happened to Lewis Graben, he was getting sick of getting taken off after 60, 70 minutes, and he ended up going back to Bournemouth, and we lost him. So,
right, okay. I mean, for me, I think our midfield seems to go missing. Our midfield never seems to support our front two. They just never seem to sort of break the neck to sort of get up there when there's a break.
I think the only midfielder that does really well for me is Pritchard. I think he's class. I think he breaks his neck to go forward and help the midfield, help the 2 strikers.
Well, that is his role.
I mean, he did give the assist. I think, wasn't it the Ellis Sims? Was it? Pritchard?
No, because it was a tackle.
Was the challenge?
It was a challenge. But the challenge went perfectly to Sims, because I thought, oh, what a pass! And on replays, it was a great tackle by them, but unluckily, it went. Lucky for us. It went the Sims.
No, you make your own luck.
Oh, no.
No. Terry, referee, do you think he gave them a lot and us not much? Or was that just us being biased?
To be fair, I mean, I think you can sort of you can get away with referees sort of split decisions, missing split decisions. But when someone gets somebody by the throat, I mean, how can you miss that? I mean, for me, I thought you just let it go. I thought that was really poor and weak from the referee. Overall performance, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I would like to see the Ballard challenge again. I mean, to injure a player to be out for 2 or 3 months, and it was a reckless challenge. Was that not at least a yellow card, a red card? I'm not quite sure, but it must have been a nasty challenge for him to go in and go over on his leg.
It wasn't that bad. It was literally, he's put his foot in to try and grab the ball off him, and obviously Ballard's on the move while he's passing the ball, and the legs, his foot's just, when it came down, it's just put it on Ballard's foot, but it's got that bit, on your ankle, that bit on your ankle. And
still, players need to be protected more than that, because I mean, let's face it, that could be a life. That could be a life. That could be a career sort of threatening injury, really.
Right.
It wasn't a sliding tackle, though. It was a standing tackle. If it was sliding tackle, then yeah, you got to play. But a standing tackle, there's no malicious. He's went to go for the ball, and where his foot's landed is just unfortunately Dan Ballard's foot's there, and he's trying to move it, and then it's just went. Like
I didn't see much of. Was Stewart giving any free kicks? Was he fouled much or manhandled much in the game?
No.
I don't think the ref gave us very much, to be honest. I don't think I thought it was. I thought there was a couple of times where where we should have had a foul, and taking the red and white glasses off even, and then ironically we got a foul and it wasn't even a foul. I'm thinking, God, honestly, and he seemed to just be giving them stuff for falling over. The referee, your thoughts, Reece?
He had a stinker, I think, really bad. But we can't blame that on the result. Like we can make our own look, like you said. So
right, okay. Just very quickly, Ian Wilkinson on the chat. Agree, we need a strong grafter in midfield. There's only one grafter on this panel, and
not you.
Well, Philly, let me ask you all a question. How many players do you actually think will get in that are going to be quality standard that will keep us in the championship between now and the end of the season?
Well, I think we'll be fortunate enough that we'll having seen what I've seen so far with what we've got, I think we'll be okay to stay in the championship. However, I don't think we'll however many we get in, I don't think they'll be of the standard I would like to see come in.
So you actually think if we get no more players in now, we'll be okay in the championship?
I think we'll be okay, yes.
To be fair, I've been quite happy with what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But we've lost Ballard now. What happens if we...
Well, I don't think people are...
You've got to sort of prepare for injuries.
Yes, but people are saying about Embleton's no good and all this. Embleton is not that bad a player, and he'll be okay.
So why are we letting goals in the last 10 minutes?
Well, we was unlucky. I think we was unlucky yesterday.
Against Coventry.
make your own look.
Against Bristol City.
Well,
against yesterday. Why can't we... Alex Neil saying that the team gets really tired towards the end.
Listen, Las Palmas Macomia on the chat says, doom and gloom, right? First time Alex Neil gets his subs wrong. Sims had no pre-season, was taken off as we were 2-0 up, and we've got a match on Wednesday. Fair point.
I'm not blaming Alex Neil.
But why all the doom and gloom?
I'm more down and doom and gloom from everything else that's going on in the club. And it just carry over to the game.
If at the start of the season then we'd said to you, right, 3 games in, we'll have 5 points, we'll be in sixth place, would you have been happy with that?
Because of that situation, yes.
Yes.
But I'd be disappointed with Ballard being out for almost half a season, probably.
So you would have been happy at the start of the season with that. So why,
Because we know after watching that game on Wednesday night, we've only got 11 players, really, and we've got 1 or 2 that could fit in, but we're going to be weakened. And as the season goes on, remember last season with Johnson, we started off well, but as the team got tired and players got overused because we didn't rotate the squad, we eventually started to falter. I mean, this is basically the same team as last season, apart from Sims. We finished 5th in League One. So what's saying that we take a risk? We are taking a massive risk that this team can handle the championship.
Why'd you put the negative slant on that we finished?
I'm being a realist.
Well, we finished 5th in League One. You know what? We got promoted out of League One.
Yeah, but everyone knows when you go, but no matter what, What sport
So
you play?
why the fifth? We finished fifth in League One. You know,
Look at other teams. Look at Forest. They've got to the Premier League. They've invested in loads of players to come in because they know they've got to survive in the Premier League. You've got to do this. How many teams go back down into League One from the Championship and they don't invest heavily? Look at the teams of the season that's gone back down into League One.
So you've got a problem. You can bring as many players as you want in.
No, but you got colour. We just need three.
But they won't do
quality
it.
Players.
But they won't. We've got to face facts. We've got to face. We've got to face facts.
It is.
It is a feeling,
And that's what's so disappointing about this club.
And it's a massive, massive disappointment. And the thing is, something one needs putting right, because what we should be doing, right, we need to bring players in, right. We should be bringing championship quality players in who will then allow us to challenge for a top 6 finish in this league. What's the point of bringing players in that go, oh, well, you know, we'll just stay up, man. But they won't do it. They won't spend any money.
And that's why,
money.
because I know we won't get 3 or 4 quality players in between now and the end of the season. And now we've lost Ballard. We're down to the bare bones now. Seriously, we're down to the bare bones. We're taking a massive risk now. You know, you can always say, why doom and gloom? You've got to prepare for these things when you get promoted into the to a higher league. No matter what sport you do, you've got to invest.
But again, you forget, with us getting promoted, every single player who's probably in the team gets a bump in wages. I'm guessing everyone gets a bump in wages for getting promoted. So that now you've probably got a financial budget of where the wages should be for the championships, for a championship side where we are financially, blah, blah, blah. So you bring in quality players, they want higher wages. Like you say, Roberts, we don't know how much he could be on, 20, 30, we don't know. But you bring in players in, you've got to get rid of players. But guess what? Nobody wants our players, because who's going to pay wages for Diamond? Because Diamond would have probably got bumped up wages. Who's going to want to sign Diamond now? Because Diamond's on big wages. Diamond will go, I want these wages. And they'll go, well, we can't offer you it.
Well, not necessarily. You're saying that they'll have had the wages bumped up.
Most players have in the contract. If we get promoted, we want 10% more, 20%.
But think about this way. We only got 37,000 fans there yesterday. I know fine well from my experience in the ticket office, we could have gotten another 4,000.
I'm going to come on to that. So
that's just a waste as well.
We'll do that just now. Very quickly, got to say happy birthday to Ian Barron, who's our Darlington fan who tunes in. 49 today. Happy birthday, Ian, and you do not look 49.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So there you go. Yeah, right. Well, let's get on. I was going to do a quick man of the match, but
for me, Corey Evans all day. I thought Corey Evans was outstanding yesterday. He was, some of his touches, his tackling. I mean, he got a yellow card early on. He was still on the pitch like he did last week. I thought Corey Evans had one of his best games I've seen in a Sunderland shirt. I really did. I thought he was really good.
Right. Okay. I want to get on to the running of the club, because this sums it up. How, you know, we said, you know, money's not going to get spent. I know you say about these bumping up wages. I think a lot of people have contracts. The only time something goes in a contract is when the club, if you look like you could be relegated and they sign a player that say, well, if you stay up, you can have this. If we go down, you're going to have your wages halved or something like that. However, this current regime, the people in charge, and we was hopeful that KLD, with all his money, what he has access to, was going to be this wealthy benefactor we've been wanting. And for me, it's not going to be, and I think we need new owners. Now, Terry's had an issue last week. Last home game. Went to use your season card, and what happened? So he couldn't get in with his card. It wouldn't work, and there's a number of fans this has happened to. So Terry immediately, then after the game, decides to contact the club. He tried via what?
Email 4 times, no reply.
So nobody's manning the phones. We know that, right? So as time goes on, we're coming up to the game yesterday. Terry's in a situation that he has a season ticket, which the last time he tried to use didn't work. So he needed to speak to somebody. Couldn't get hold of anyone at the club. So you had to go down to the club. When was that?
Well, I work during the day, so the first 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, because it's not open Monday, Tuesday, it's only open 10 till 1. So I kind of get there because I'm at work. I had to go down Friday because it's open 10 till 5. I just get down here quarter to 4, and the queue is almost around the corner. It's a scorching hot day. I'm waiting. I'm talking to different fans. I spoke to 5 different season card holders whose season cards didn't work. I spoke to fans who were going with the children, who were put in different rows from the parents, which is absolutely garbage. And basically at 5 o'clock when it's closed, whoever's at the door is chased away. Now, people that are working all day long, they kind of come down only on one day of the week and take a day off work to come and sort this out. This should have been open Monday to Friday, should have been open 8 hours a day, and should have been on at least 2 late shifts. You're probably paying these. And no, don't get me wrong, when you go inside ticket office, everybody's really nice. People behind the counter are really nice. I mean, the doorman was spot on talking to him. Everybody's really nice, but they're being told to close it at that certain time. They can't stay open, simple as. They should have been on maybe two different shifts. Everybody knows, surely people in charge of this ticket office must know the problems we having at this club with season cards, with people trying to sort out kids in the wrong seats with their parents, with people trying to get extra tickets because the online's not working properly. Why can't they have this open, like maybe it's 10 till 10 one night, one day?
Even so, keeping the hours that they're open, what they should do is, because you had an issue where they get so far down the queue and then they say, right, you're not going to get in. What they need to do, if they've got a good idea of how many people are going to get in, when they get that queue at a certain time and that queue is that length, there should be someone at the end of the queue, and anybody who joins it says, it's pointless joining the queue because you're not going to get in. So at least everybody who's queued is going to get into there. There'll be a massive problem if I've queued for an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, and you get to the door and then they say, sorry, we're closing.
The thing is, when I got to the queue, the security guard came up and said, look, after these 2 blokes in front of me, you're not going to get in. And I said, well, it's now 10 minutes to go. I'll just wait and take my chance. That's what I did. But there was 3 or 4 people in front just walked away. Season card holders just walked away, standing in that heat for over an hour. A woman, apparently, allegedly, I was told by someone else, collapsed in the heat because, you know, she I don't know how old she was, just collapsed. The heat is tremendous. The owners of this club, or even supervisors, whoever's in charge, the managers of the ticket office, can see the fans standing in that heat. When I'm at work, I'll end up getting free water or whatever it is from the ownership. They should be coming out with bottles of water to help the fans. Nobody cares at this club about the fans.
Somebody on the chat has gone by, so apologies that I haven't got your name, was saying about, you know, it's crazy calling for new owners and stuff like that. This current regime has got us promoted last season. The thing is we're talking about the club is run like a non-league club at the moment. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Look, this could have all been implemented by Stuart Donald and Charlie Methven, right? But now the new owner's taken over. There should be people talking to the new owner saying, look, there's problems going on. Ticketmaster, on the Coventry game, we had Ticketmaster selling season card holders seats. So season card holders were going in and the seats had been double booked by somebody else. So they had to move. I know a guy with his son went in and there was people sitting in his seat. And he had to go and find other seats because these people had been sold tickets by Ticketmaster. We're the only club in the Northeast that uses Ticketmaster. It's a shambles at this moment in time. And this is where now the managers of what's going on at the club now should be talking to KLD saying, look, we need to change. We need to start helping the fans more because the regime of Donald and Methven now is over. And people are now in charge, should be sorting this out.
Who was it who said to you we should have, I mean, we had, what was it, 37,000, nearly 38,000 there yesterday, and we should have had over 40,000. Did someone say that to you?
We could have easily. I mean, as I was standing in that queue, we probably lost at least 10 to 15 tickets being sold. That was in an hour. How many people have walked away throughout the whole of the day? How many people have gone down there? I see people go down, just drive away. I mean, did they go back on Saturday? I mean, it closes at 3 o'clock. I know one guy, because he had problems with his season card, he didn't realise that yesterday it wouldn't work. He went to the ticket office. He didn't get into the match till 25 to 4.
Well, I noticed when I went the ground, which was, and it was about 2:45 yesterday, the queue coming out of the ticket office. I thought you've got no chance.
It's a shambles. It is absolute shambles the way they're treating some of these fans.
It is. It's absolutely ridiculous. But also, it's mad that they're making it difficult for us to give them money. You know, like I said, buying tickets. We could have more people there. Again, you know, we've gone about the shirts. The home and away shirt again is out of stock. You know, it's out of stock online. You know. These are schoolboy errors, you know. I mean, we're 3 weeks into the season. You've launched a new away kit and a new home kit, and you just can't get it. You know, you can't buy it.
Somebody who works for the club told me that this is only happening at Sunderland. Newcastle, Middlesbrough, Spennymoor, Hartlepool don't have these problems. It's only happening at Sunderland. It's got to be addressed.
Pathetic, really, isn't it?
It's honestly, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We're run like a non-league club off the pitch. Go on, what does he say? Darlington Club Shop is open 7 days a week. I think we're part of a fan-owned National League North Club side. So there's, like I said, Darlington, and they have a club shop in the town centre. And I mean, we
closed.
You know, well, we had Washington, Debenhams. You know, they were all. I know Debenhams closed now, but I mean, it closed before Debenhams closed down and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous.
Isn't it mad, right? Like, you would close the club shop at a certain time. Just for 2 more extra hours, you could be making more money than what you're paying the wages of the staff. But they're not going to do it.
The amount of tickets they could have sold on Friday evening is by keeping it open till 8 o'clock and just pay, maybe he's getting another shift in to pay them maybe his minimum wage, whatever they pay the minimum wage, I don't know. But they could say £70 for those 2 hours or whatever, £100. They could make double or triple that. Easy.
But even, you know, that aside of trying to sell more stuff, you know, it's the people who've got problems, like, you know, the season ticket holders and people sitting in other people's seats and all this. You know, you cannot even get in touch with the club. It's all right if you live just down the road, and all right, still a ball ache having to go to the club and queue up and do all that. But why is there nobody manning the phones? Why are emails not getting replied to? It's just...
People are travelling miles to get here, then realise they have to go home with nothing.
It's an absolute shambles. Just very quickly, we're almost out of time here, so we're going to have to brush over this. I quickly wanted to say about transfer deadline day. Of course, we did the thing over the AOL with the Jermaine Defoe thing, and we was planning to do that again for this transfer deadline day until we've actually done a little bit of research on it. And transfer deadline day, the 31st of August, Wednesday night, Sunderland are at home to Rotherham. So we won't be down at the AOL. Sunderland are
so
going
you
to
can imagine there'll be no people getting bought on transfer deadline day at Sunderland, so the business has got to be done beforehand.
Hopefully, yeah,
well, there you go.
So.
And we planned to take the drone down and everything. We had all sorts lined up, but we'll do it in January and do that. Sheffield United, very quickly on Wednesday, league game. Just take a prediction from you. That's all we've got time for. Dino?
I mean, can I ask, we are Sheffield United in the league. I haven't even looked.
The drew Middlesbrough 2-2 today. Away.
Where are they in the league, though? I'm just going to safe 1-1. Safe 1-1.
A safe 1-1 away from home. That's optimistic for you, Dino.
Safe. At the minute, we're playing well.
We are playing well. We're just unlucky, aren't we? Mr. Doom and Gloom on the end.
The only way I'll smile and be happy if we beat them on Wednesday night, because that's the only way you can justify what happened yesterday.
But can you not see us beating Sheffield United on Wednesday?
I also think we're going to win a game of football.
I think
don't see why we shouldn't win a game of football. I mean, let's face it, I'll be tempted to start Luke O'Neill in defence the way he played yesterday. I thought he played all right.
I thought it was class.
It's still weakened. It's still a weakened side. Ballard's better, simple as. So we need to bring additions in.
But Luke O'Neill plays better in defence, does he not?
I think that's
not as good as Ballard.
Because
Ballard's a natural defender. Exactly. So it's weakened.
Is he better than Bailey Wright and Elise, though? That's the thing.
Yeah, Elise wasn't very good.
And I must admit, like, when I was watching Elise, I was like, oh,
I don't think Bailey Wright been up to scratch. But I mean, Bailey might get better as he gets fitter. But out of all the players we have, I mean, we're going to have to start Bailey Wright, to be honest, because I don't think he'll start Luke. I think he'll put Bailey Wright in, and we hope Bailey Wright up to speed. But, you know, we've got to go for the win. We've got to keep Ellis on for 90 minutes and Stewart, and hopefully we can score more than that.
I don't think against Sheffield United play 2 up front. I don't.
We have to. There's no point changing it. I don't know what else we're going to do.
He will.
I don't think he will. Start Patrick Roberts. I mean, he was hopeless on Wednesday night, and yesterday was ball greedy, so I wouldn't start him. So, you've got to start 2 up front.
Right, give us a prediction, Terry.
I'll go for 4-3 win.
Whoa, hey.
We'll have to score more than them, simple as.
Right, okay. Just very quickly before I go to you, on the chat here, Mark Elliott says, my 13-year-old daughter's season ticket of 5 years never auto-renewed, and it's being sold. Absolute shambles. It's funny enough, Steve, who asked it, with mine got auto-renewed. His is supposed to be auto-renewed, wasn't. And it was only because I'd said I'd got my confirmation through and he hadn't, that he managed to go down and it just didn't auto-renew.
But you know what it is? I finally got the ticket off his. It was a 2-minute job. Went in, the lad was really nice, dead pleasant, give us the card, looked at it, says, oh, sorry, Terry, it should have been posted out, but it wasn't posted out. Went up the back, 2 seconds, come out, new card there, done, works, fine. So
Right.
how easy was that?
Fair enough. Reece, prediction for Wednesday?
2-1. I want to win because I'm going down, so I hope we win.
Right, okay. We've got Wayne, who's sat behind the camera. Wayne, a prediction from you?
I'm going to go for another draw, 2-2.
2-2. Right, and that leaves me to say I think we're doing all right in this. I think we're doing all right in this league. I'm quite happy with the start. Terry, what's my prediction?
3-1.
3-1 to Sunderland. There you go. So
I'd be happy with that.
yeah, so would I. Listen, we didn't get in. Thanks for tuning in. 57 likes. That's not very good. We need you all to just hit the thumbs up if you would. Try and get us to 100, which we like to try and do on a Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.
When there's 122 people on the channel, surely you get more likes. Come on, give the like away. I'm sweating my bollocks off here. Red hot in here. It's like a bloody sauna in this room.
It is.
Got all these lights shining on my face, showing us all my wrinkles and that. But 20, 50 odd likes. Come on, hit 100 likes. Come on. Thank you.
70 now, so there you go.
Just smash them likes. Come on.
Smash the like.
There you go. So just do that, and that'll keep us all happy. I don't know where we're at. That's this heat, man. It's sending us loopy. Right, we will be back on Thursday, though I won't be because I'm at the races. So somebody will work something out. We'll be here Thursday night if you want to tune in for that. Don't forget, of course, we've got the match on Wednesday. Do you know, are we all done?
Well, you're the host, you tell me.
Well, I think we are. Do you want to say bye to the lovely boys and girls?
See you later, boys and girls.
Is that it? All right. Reece, just say bye to everybody, will you?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
There you go. And Terry, what you
Nick Coleman, I'm not shouting at you. Thanks for the thumbs up, mate. Cheers. I'm going to go for fish and chips. Cheer myself up.
right, fair enough. 82 likes. So we get another 18 people just did that thumbs up. That'll keep us happy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Thursday. I won't, but somebody will. And don't forget, if you're a member of the channel, you'll see your name scroll up in the credits at the end. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all soon.
Mescal.
Mescal, there you go. Right.